This is section 5.1a, writing decimals as fractions. The directions tell us to write each decimal as a fraction in simplest form. So looking at number 2, I've got 0.8. I am going to use the tenth spot. So I have the number 8. And I'm going to put it over a 10. I'm putting it over a 10 because my 8 is in the 10th spot. Now, I have 8 over 10, so I need to simplify my fraction. I'm going to divide both numbers by 2. That's the greatest common factor between 8 and 10 is 2. Eight divided by 2 is going to give me 4 for my numerator, and my denominator is going to be 10 divided by 2, which is 5. That would be your answer for writing 0.8 in simplest form. Okay, so number 4 is 0.75. My last digit of the decimal is in the hundredth spot, so that is what I'm going to put the decimal over. So I've got 75 over 100. And again, we know that 75 over 100 is not in simplest form, so I'm going to find the greatest common factor between the two, which is 25. And I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 25. $75 divided by 25 is going to give me 3 on top. And 100 divided by 25 is going to give me 4 on the bottom. 3/4 is our final answer because it is in simplified form. Okay, moving on. So this one has 3 digits. Looking at number 7, we have 3 digits here. The last digit, 5, is in the thousandths place. So that's where I'm going to put on the bottom. So it's going to be 625 over 1,000. Now, I'm going to simplify this, and I'm going to divide again the top and the bottom by 25. $625 divided by 25 is going to give me 25. On the top. And then on the bottom, 1,000 divided by 25 is going to give me 40. But looking at this, I can tell that 25 and 40 still have something in common. So I'm going to divide by 5. Top and bottom by 5 when you're simplifying. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And 40 divided by 5 is 8. So 5 over 8 is going to be our final answer. Go ahead and take the time now to pause the video and make sure that you have all of your work shown in your unit handout. Okay, moving on. So looking at number 11, I've got 10.4. So the number in front of my decimal is going to be my whole number. And then the number after the decimal is going to be my numerator. Again, the 4 is in the 10th spot, so that's what's going to be on the denominator of my fraction. Now, I know that looking at 4/10 is not in simplest form, so I'm going to simplify that. But make sure that you're only simplifying the fraction. You're not simplifying the whole number, okay? So I'm going to divide 4/10 by the greatest common factor, which is 2. So I'm going to divide top and bottom by 2. And it's going to leave me with a fraction of 2/5. Now, 2/5 is not going to be my entire answer because that does not include my 10. So my answer, my final answer would be 10 and 2/5. That is in the simplest form that we can get it. Make sure that you're including your whole number in your final answer. Number 14, 7.202. So again, the number in front of the decimal, which is 7, is going to be my whole number. And then my fraction, the last place of the decimal is in the thousands place, so it's going to be 202, bear with me, 202 over 1,000. Now, I need to simplify 202, so I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by the greatest common factor, which is 2. And that's going to leave me with 101 on the top and 500 on the bottom. But remember, this is not my final answer, even though it is in simplest form, because I'm missing my whole number. So, final answer would be 7 and 101 over 500. That will be our final answer. Looking down at the question, it says about 0.4 of the biology class will be going on a field trip. Write the decimal as a fraction in simplest form. So I have 0.4, and I want to write that as a fraction. My 4 is in my 10th spot, so I'm going to do 4 over 10. And then looking at this, I know that it is not in simplest form, so I'm going to divide the numerator and the denominator by the greatest common factor, which is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2/5 will be our final answer. Okay, so go ahead and look at the you do section. It says these equations, write these questions down in your math notebook and we will check them during our next class. So make sure that you go ahead and do these 3 questions in your math notebook as we will be going over them in our next class meeting.